Hey guys, as promised, we're gonna be understanding the Kenyan Constitution together, you and I. And as I promised, we'll start by looking at the chapters of the Kenyan Constitution. Today, we're gonna start with chapter number 1. Chapter number 1 of the Kenyan Constitution talks about sovereignty of the people and supremacy of the Constitution. Let's break that down. Let's start with this first bit, sovereignty of the people. Sovereignty of the people inamaanisha all sovereign power, nguvu yote, belongs to the people, and that is why you see our president is elected by the people, governors are elected by the people, because all sovereign power belongs to the people and it shall be exercised only in accordance with the constitution. Nguvu yote ni ya sisi wananchi. That is why, for example, the by-election that just ended in Ol Kalou, despite the government kupeleka all kinds of machinery in Ol Kalou ndio watry to sway the public opinion ama the public vote, okay? Lakini watu, because they already knew what they wanted, and because they have their voice, and because they have all the power, they chose the candidate whom they saw fit. Okay, that's to mean they have the power. Wananchi ndio wako na nguvu. Sawa sawa. Tukiwa tu hapo kwa nguvu ya wananchi, the people may exercise their sovereign power. Sasa hii nguvu yenye wananchi wako nayo, the people can exercise their sovereign power either directly or through their democratically elected representatives. Okay, ati wananchi wanaweza exercise hii power yao directly. Directly ni kama yoku vote, you're voting for the leaders that you want. That's why unasikianga kuna stories za referendum, wananchi wanaulizwa maswali, there they vote directly. Ama kitu kama recalling, kuna this time in 2024 when the MPs were voting yes to the finance bill, sasa kulikuwa na hii issue ya we will start recalling the MPs. Recalling is basically mtu anaenda na collect signatures za wananchi, wanasema hawataki MP fulani ama this and this leader, and that leader now, if the people recalls you, you quit becoming the leader, yani kazi inaisha. So that is when wananchi, they are exercising their power directly. The other one is indirectly ni vile tunakuwa tumechagua wabunge waende watu represent tuko kwa bunge, the National Assembly, ama vile tumechagua MCAs watu represent kwa County Assembly, even though that is indirectly. We choose representatives to go represent the wananchi. Sawa sawa? Okay. Now, sovereign power is delegated kupitia state organs tofauti. That is why unaona kuko na parliament, kuko na senate. Sasa kwenye tunaweza enda kukuwa represented indirectly, ama kwenye wananchi wata exercise their power indirectly through elected representatives. Kuna national executive. National executive, it's basically the president, the cabinet ministers. That is the executive. Those are the organs where sovereign power is delegated, yani power inagawiwa organs fulani. National Assembly, that is the parliament. You know what, Senate, it falls under parliament, okay? The second one is the national executive, uko jua kina preso, deputy president, the cabinet, all those are the executive. And then the third organ is the judiciary. Judiciary sasa ni makoti, high court, supreme court, court of appeal, hizo zote. Those are the organs penye power inakuanga delegated, ndio itufikie sisi wananchi, okay? All right. Now, the sovereign power of the people is exercised at 2 levels. Hii power ya wananchi iko exercised at 2 levels. There is the national level and there is the county level. National level ni sasa like the national government, you know, the president, the members of parliament, and then the county level is the governors, the MCAs, senators. Now that's the county level, and that is where unachaguana at the county level, na pia as a mwananchi unachaguana at the national level, so that your sovereign power can be exercised. Are we together? All right, tumemalizana na hiyo first bit ya sovereignty of the people. Let's now go to the second bit that ilikuwa supremacy of the constitution. Juu nilikwambia chapter number 1 of the constitution talks about sovereignty of the people and supremacy of the constitution. Tumemalizana na sovereignty of the people, wacha tuingie sasa kwa supremacy of the constitution. Supremacy of the constitution, unasikia tu jina supremacy ni kumaanisha there is no any other supreme law. Hakuna law itakuja ipite zile malaw zote zimeandikwa hapo kwa katiba. This constitution is the supreme law of the republic, and it binds all the persons and all state organs at both levels of the government. Yani hakuna rule ingine. Zile rules zote zimeandikwa kwa katiba. That is the supreme law of the republic. Now in this case the republic is Kenya. So the constitution is the most supreme law. Hakuna law imezidi law yenye ama laws zote zenye ziko kwa constitution. No person may claim or exercise state authority except as authorized under this constitution. Hakuna mtu, ndio unasikianga no one is above the law, no one is above the law, hata preso, hata mapolisi, nobody is above the law, because law is the most constitution is the most supreme law, so hakuna mtu wako above the constitution. Okay, haya, na sasa tukiwa hapo kwa mambo ya supremacy of the constitution, now there is the aspect of defense of this constitution. No, because it's the supreme law of the republic. No, it has to be defended. Ndio kusikuange kuna watu tu wanatoka na huko mtu anavunja tu sheria vile anataka without accountability. Sawa sawa. That is why it says every person has an obligation to respect, uphold and defend this constitution. Sawa sawa. Every person, in this case every Kenyan, has an obligation, akona jukumu la ku respect, what's the word, kuheshimu, uphold and defend this constitution. That is why in Kenya we have a certain body called Katiba Institute. Katiba Institute, it's a body that huwa inaangalia watu wenye wanavunja law, na especially sana politicians. Politicians, they have a tendency of breaking the law. Sawa sawa. Sasa this Katiba Institute huwa inapeleka watu kwa koti kama maybe umevunja sheria and unaona you're untouchable, you know, Katiba Institute huwa ina check that sana. Its work, it's to defend the constitution and to make sure everyone respects, upholds and defends this constitution. Okay, any attempt to establish a government otherwise than in compliance with this constitution is unlawful. Ati watu wajaribu kaa hivi venye tunaelekea kwa general election 2027, any attempt to establish a government otherwise than in compliance, watu wajaribu maybe tunasikianga there are countries that overthrows government through coup, kutumia a coup. Now that one is against the law, because the constitution says that for a government to be formed, the president and all other leaders, the president has to be elected by the people. But now this one, you've come and overthrown a government, you want to sijui kuweka nani. No, that one is not acceptable because it's against the constitution, ama zile rules zinakuanga zimewekwa kwa constitution. Are we together mpaka hapo? So tumeongelelea chapter 1 of the Kenyan constitution, sovereignty of the people and supremacy of the constitution. Tupatane next time for chapter 2. Bye guys. Mwah.